Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another week of One Piece. The Voyage continues with episode 1125, everybody. So, last time on One Piece, the crew returned after their 4-month hiatus, and it's good to have the crew back. I miss them. I miss watching One Piece, and now we all can go back to doing our weekly ritual of watching One Piece every Saturday, everybody. But nonetheless, currently the crew is trapped on the Frontier Dome laser trap set by the trader York. And yes, it is still F York. All my homies hate York. But nonetheless, unfortunately, the Navy isn't just going to stand idly by as the crew tries and escapes everybody. Kizaru is finally stepping into action as the Navy begins their next assault. Can our boy Sentomaru hold his own against his uncle? Probably not, especially considering that he's gravely injured right now, but I know Sentomaru is not going to go down without a fight. So Sentomaru, it's finally time to show your uncle what you're made of, all right? But nonetheless, everybody, as always, thank you for joining me every week. If you would like to join the council and become a part of the crew, then make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So let's get into it, everybody. One Piece, episode 1125, a clash of two men's determination, Kizaru and Sentomaru. Okay. There you go, Sentomaru, show him what you got. Damn, Sentomaru still got a lot of life left in him for him to be hurt. I guess they forgot about them. Yeah, what y'all gonna do about them? Looks like nothing, because they running amok right now. And they going crazy. It's so many of them. Yeah, but how long is he gonna last though? Man, why don't y'all just make her give y'all the code? Why we being nice? We ain't gotta play nice. Yeah, but it's okay. Y'all gonna get y'all get back this time. Don't worry about that. That was in the past, all right? Y'all gonna get y'all get back this time. The animation for Kizaru is so clean. It's nice to get to see Kizaru fight again after all these years. It's really nice. It's just episode 2 coming back and they already going crazy. Okay, going for his weapon. Talk to him, Sentomaru. And you ain't put no hockey on that? Or was that your plan? No? Sentomaru, what we doing? He out there whooping ass. Okay. So he was a bodyguard way back then. Interesting. Okay. That's how I guess that's how he first got on working with the Navy as Vegapunk's bodyguard. That's interesting. There you go. That one looked like it hurt him. Oh, well, I guess so. If you was the one to teach him, huh? Damn, point blank attack. Yeah, he gonna feel that one. Yeah, he gonna feel that one. Is that the control for the PXs? Yeah. Damn, that's how they handled the sea beast. Turned the pacifists on them. God damn. Yep, that'll do it. That will definitely take care of the sea beast there, unfortunately. Look at him with their little smug face. Damn, the show just looks so good. I didn't think it could look any better, but somehow this just might look better than part 1 of Egghead, which is crazy. He fought valiantly though. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Gots to get out of here. That's supposed to mean you just won. There's 3 of them. I'm pretty sure they can figure it out. It might take a second, but they can figure it out. Once again, Usopp, that was in the past. Y'all gonna get y'all get back this time. He's going up. So he's just gonna meet Luffy directly outside right now? You can't. You right. He got a point though, Frankie. He right. And he gonna need this energy for this fight that's about to come up. Yeah, but not by him though, unfortunately. He's one of the only people who can slip through there. Oh, she just realized the bird. Oh no, he's trying to go for a move? You motherfucker. No, Stussy. You, Lucci, you son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, we still got the hitters here though. We still got Sanji and Zoro here. We chilling. Yeah. It ain't gonna be no free kill while they here now. No, me. I don't know what you thought this was, boy. Lucci versus Zoro? God damn, I didn't even think about that. Dan took him all the way outside. What you thought this was? Okay, Lucci versus Zoro? And then I guess Kizaru versus Luffy. This is crazy. Wait a minute, so am I gonna get my Sanji versus Kaku? Am I gonna get it? Oh, that boy ready. Oh, he already on the move. You ain't never thought Luffy wasn't ready. I know he want his get back. I know he want his get back. No talking. What the fuck you talking? Ain't no talking. He want his get back. What did you talking about? Ain't no talking. You already know he want his get back. You the main problem. You was the main issue. Yeah, talk to him, Luffy. Yeah. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Straight to business. We ain't trying to do no talking. We getting down straight to business. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Yo, I love this show. I love this show, man. I love this show. This is what the people have been waiting for. We've been waiting for years for this moment, for the rematch, for the revenge match, the cage match. We've been waiting a long time, and it's finally here. Luffy versus Kizaru. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Oh man, I can't. Shouts out to the animators. You guys are going nuts. It's only episode 2 of part 2 of Egghead. You guys are going crazy. Like, you, hands down to you guys. Hats off to you. Props off everything. You guys are popping off. I'm loving this. And once again, I can't believe I'm saying this. The animation looks like it's even better than part 1, and part 1 was already crazy. I don't know. What are we doing here? It's amazing. It's amazing. But yes, we got a couple of matchups here. Obviously Kizaru versus Luffy. Looks like we're gonna be getting a Lucci versus Zoro, and then I just might get my wish of Sanji versus Kaku. That is still on the table. Kaku is in now. Kaku's in the bubble, still in the lab with Sanji, so it's still on the board. All right, it's still on the board. Sanji versus Kaku is still on the board. Make it happen, Oda. I don't know why it didn't happen all those years ago in this lobby, but now you got a chance to rewrite your wrong, Oda. Make it happen. Sanji versus Kaku. That's one of my only wishes. That's one of my only wishes for Egghead for this arc, is to get Sanji versus Kaku. I can't believe it. But yes, well, no, that's crazy. I will say though, the Luffy versus Kizaru is gonna be crazy. But if by chance other people can get in on that action too, just a little bit, I would like that, just so everybody else can get a chance to get a little bit of their lit back. Obviously we're not gonna have people like, Nami and Usopp, stepping into the frame, maybe even Robin. But who knows, maybe, just them getting a hit in, I'll be happy. but the likelihood of that happening is very, 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 very low, unfortunately. But if it does happen, I'll be very, very happy. But yes, that fight should be crazy. It looks like we're gonna begin that next episode. That fight should be crazy. And before we do go, I do want to talk about a couple of stuff from 11/24 that I didn't get to talk about last week, so just bear with me here, everybody. So if we all remember, back in 11/20, it was revealed to us that the weapon that was used to destroy Lelouch may have potentially been the Mother Flame, right? And back then, I was theorizing how the Mother Flame could be the third ancient weapon. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's a very high chance that it could be the third ancient weapon. And about how all these potentials that Vegapunk actually created reproduced the Mother Flame, right? Because if the Mother Flame is the ancient weapon, from the ancient weapon from 800 years ago and all that, how did it survive? How did it last last throughout those 800 years and all that stuff, right? So now I think it's more on the line of that the Mother Flame that was used to destroy Lucia may have been a prototype, right? Because I was also talking about how if it wasn't the real Mother Flame from from 800 years ago, right, then maybe Vegapunk just made another one, right? Because if Ibu-sama's from that long time ago, Imu can just tell him what the Mother Flame was, what it was capabilities of, and just have Vegapunk recreate that, right? So that could have been an option in it, and I think that's what I'm really leaning towards. And the reason why is because we have all this talks about the Mother Flame production facility and all that, which kind of gets me worried, because if it is the case that Vegapunk is out here making these things, they might plan on mass producing these things, which is crazy to think about, because just one of them can destroy an entire island. So if they're out here mass producing these Mother Flames, like that is a problem. That is a big problem, because that's just air superiority in a world that's filled with pirates, right? But what are they gonna do against that? There's nothing they can do against that. Having just a fleet of Mother Flames would be fucking ridiculous. So hopefully that is not the case. Maybe the production facility here is just maybe more of just for keeping the Mother Flame upkeep. But only a man could dream. When it comes to the Navy, it's always probably the worst case scenario, and they probably are out here planning on trying and mass produce these things, which is just a crazy thought. But yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards that the Mother Flame that was used to destroy Lelouch may have been like a prototype, if you will, in a sense. Or maybe it might not have been a prototype. It could just be a finished product of the Vegapunk's Mother Flame, and they need the facility to not only upkeep the one he already made, but make even more, which once again is even just just crazy to think about. Just like having a fleet of those things, island destroying machines that fly in the air. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man. But hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully that's not the evil route that the Navy is trying to go down here. But other than that, the new intro is fire. The new intro for AK Part 2 fire. It's beautiful. All the One Piece intros have been great so far, especially in the new world. They're all great. They're all fantastic. Some of these later ones have been very, very nice. We just recently started getting endings back too. I haven't really listened to the ending for part 2 yet, so I don't know if it's good or not, but it might be decent. Who knows? And then last but not least, shout out to Subaru Kimura, everybody. Frankie's new VA. He was passed the torch from Frankie's old VA, Kazuki Yao. But he got some big shoes to fill. But I think he's doing a great job so far. No complaints from me. You're doing a fantastic job. Shout out to you, my boy. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to talk about this week. I'm just really excited for the Kizaru versus Luffy matchup. And then, once again, hopefully I can, my Sanji versus Kaku dreams are still on the board, everybody. The dream isn't dead yet. And then, once again, I can't wait for the rest of Kuma's backstory as well to see, maybe some of my, theories were true, or, comes true about that. Or, if I was just completely wrong, right? So I can't wait for the rest of Kuma's backstory as well. And, because that should be a great time too. But yeah, that's everything that I have for this week, everybody. So I'll see you all next week for 11/26. Peace out.